or 08066534890. Announcer Pastor Samuel Omajali, the State Overseer, Deeper Life Bible Church, Taraba State, and Coordinator, Taraba State Ministers Prayer Forum.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety, and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy, and Nigeria's transportation future.
RU Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services, or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We are feeling brand new. Welcome to Some TV Morning Show, Nigeria's favorite way to start the day. I'm your host, Abraham Nigeria, and I've got the latest news, trends, and stories to share with you. And with me in the studio is my partner in doing good, the person of the Director of News and Public Current Affairs of Some TV, Mr. Radade Ukwe. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good morning. So far, it's been a pleasant day so far.
Yeah, and it's going to be a pleasant day up to the end by God's grace.
Yes, yes, I think it's a very good one. And yes, the weather has become in the morning more friendly than it used to be. What I do, and I think it's good that it's becoming milder in the morning. At least it reduces the risk of meningitis, especially in crowded environment.
Yes, and I don't know how. I thought the germs are supposed to thrive in cold environment. I don't know how heat has a way of encouraging meningitis to thrive.
Well, I think the meningitis, whatever we are calling meningitis, thrives in the heat. So everyone has it here, just like the flu. When it's getting towards the time period, you see everybody sneezing. You see there's a spike in flu-related diseases. So I think they all know where to thrive. It's just like mosquito thrive when there's a stagnant water. But since our mosquitoes are around there, they will learn how to live without water, with or without water, they've acclimatized.
You know, most of the times, at times we wonder where they have this ability to survive where there are no waterlogged. But somebody drew my attention to the fact that most soccerways You know, they thrive in soccerways, and those openings that we have, those vents for soccerways, that is how mosquito will thrive in the water in the soccerway. When they hatch, they fly out, and they go about doing their job in the community.
I also have this theory that says that because they are in Nigeria, they have this Nigeria spirit of surviving anywhere. Because anywhere you go to, you see Nigerians surviving there.
Yes.
Even while the citizens there are trying to move out, Nigerians are doing jackpot there, they are taking over. Probably that's what that resilient Nigerian spirit. Maybe that's what.
It's possible. They are Nigerian mosquitoes, so what do you expect?
Okay, now talking about Nigeria, let us go to the newspaper analysis for this morning, and we're going to start with the Nation. Yes, we're talking about the Nation, so why not start with the Nation newspaper? And this one is quite interesting. Let us look at what the Nation have for us here. It said, Adeleke shocked by level of destruction, Lubu and Ifon. And that is quite serious. That's where there's been communal crisis. That's area of Osun State. And I think coffee has been declared there. And, well,
the state of emergency has been declared there.
Yeah, temporary. Then you have EBA total asset rise to 30 trillion naira. Profit is 804 billion naira. And so shareholders get bumper dividends.
Because normally, when people invest, they expect good returns for the investment. So it is a good news for Nigeria, considering that most of the shareholders should be Nigeria, and it's a Nigerian bank. So congratulations to those who are benefiting from their investments. They should remember to consider us.
Well, this one again says Eagles will defeat Zimbabwe. Ekong boast Nigeria to consolidate. The Super Eagles will be facing Zimbabwe this evening in Akwa Ibom State, and it's going to be a very tough one. Now, just like we know on Sun TV, we are going to be showing the match live from our studios here. So by 5 p.m. By 4:45 as Super Eagles studio, the World Cup studios will be open, and you'll get some analysis before the match starts, and you are going to watch the best of the Super Eagles here on Sun TV. And I can tell you, ever since the Super Eagles, we've been showing the Super Eagles match here, we've not lost any match so far.
Yes, Eric Shell has proven himself with the help of his assistants and whosoever is working with him in that technical crew. So far, so good. Eagles have proven to be the Eagles after their encounter with Rwanda. Zimbabwe should be, I don't know whether I should describe them as walkover. Though football is not like that, but I'm optimistic that considering that Nigeria will be playing at home, that is in Uyo, and they have that advantage of home, then they have this advantage of flying a superior engine. What do you think?
Yes, I think the Super Eagles have. If you look at the caliber of players we have, the right. We have 2023 African Footballer of the Year in the person of Victor Osimhen leading the attack. We also have the 2024 African Footballer of the Year, Ademola Lookman, in there. And we also have players like Olaino, Iwobi, Ekong, and the rest of them who are special players in their own right.
Yes.
I think if you look at where they play in Europe and how they play, they should be able to soar over the Zimbabwe national team. So that takes us to another story. First Lady pledged $1 billion to combat tuberculosis. Youth Academy to provide skills post-employment at Iglesias celebration of the World Tuberculosis Day that took place yesterday.
That is a very good move. The First Lady has been up and doing, considering her efforts and intervention into activities such as this. 1 billion naira to combat tuberculosis will go a long way in helping Nigerians and stakeholders and medical practitioners to see how we combat tuberculosis successfully. And another aspect of it that caught my attention is Youth Academy to provide skills and boost employment. You know, if you give the youth attention in such a way that she's doing, and every Nigerian bring his hands and put it on deck in pursuance of this, we should be optimistic that tomorrow will be better, considering that the youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and if they are well equipped, they are capable of bringing out good results when responsibility calls.
Okay, now we have these other stories. We have 250,000 sign up to recall Natasha and get documents. That is one of the stories. We also have states receive it local government funds. This is quite interesting. But the major story on the nation has it that government raises 2,400 special forces to battle bandits and terrorists. Training of first batch of 800 begins. Chief of the defense serve quick notice to criminals. Let me read what they have here for us. They say an elite group of combat-ready soldiers have been raised to battle terrorists, bandits, and other violent non-state actors. The first batch of 800 of the 2,400 strong team, codenamed Special Operation Force (SOF), is undergoing training in Camp Kabala Jaji Military Cantonment in Kaduna State. The Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badawi, who unveiled this plan yesterday, said it will enhance security agencies' operational effectiveness in combating terrorism, insurgency, transnational crimes, and other asymmetric threats. He said the tough and hard training is designed to build a highly skilled, agile, and mission-ready force capable of executing specialized operation in diverse and complex environment. Badawi added that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was ready to equip the force with modern weapons, surveillance systems, and intelligence to enhance its operation effectiveness. Move in the right direction. I wonder why we did not add an elite strike force to combat these menace. I remember in the past. In the past, we used to have this team led by Abakari, this specialty, I think IG's specialty.
Crack squad
that did a lot of good work along the Abuja-Kaduna expressway. I know they were able to bust a lot of criminal dens then. And I don't know if they are still the way they used to be since Abakari had the issue he had with the allegations against him. But I think this is a good one, 2,400 combat-ready soldiers and a elite group of fighters.
It's a good one. I think the IG Crack Squad was the policy that was pursued by the then IG, I think so. I think maybe the subsequent IG saw no need for it and maybe it was disbanded. And this NSAS disbandment of the SARS, I think affected some of these the units of the Nigerian police forces and other things like that. And I have my own reservations to this. I think 2,400 is too small. The number is too small. It will not be commensurate with the crime rates that we're being experiencing. But it is a good move because it is a way that to show that the government and the security agencies are committed to seeing to it that an end to this menace is being pursued. But 2,400, where will you post them to? I don't know. Maybe they're going to be predominantly working on intelligence, if that is what. But if they're going to wield arms and go to do combat operations, I think 2,400 is too small. Consider what is happening in the northeast, in the northwest, and even in the southeast, and even north central. Benue, Kogi State, and other things like that. There is a need for it to be widened up. Maybe more number of people should be trained.
I think maybe in their wisdom, these are combat. This is a special force of very special officers, and they have to ensure that these are really special people. And you know what they do is that they do this special job. They bring in their specialty and ensure probably maybe there's a kidnap somewhere. They go in, rescue the operators, or like some very, very notorious criminals. They just go in there, do the job, and get out of there, and they allow the military and the police to come and do the clearing. So they may not, if you try to expand them, you may be bringing in people that will not be capable to do the job. Well, it is not everybody that can be trained to be that. There are some people physically they will not be able to bear this mentally. If you look at the Navy SEAL, the US Navy SEAL, which they have about 3,000 SEALs operators.
Only?
Only 3,000 SEAL operators, although they have 10,000 plus positions that are authorized, but only 3,000 operators. The others are combat support, combat service support, and civilians and other reserves. But the ones that are combat ready, are trained are just 3,000, because this is a specialized force. And my prayer is that they should be really special people, that even 3 or 4 or 5 of them
will be able to
do something.
I
remember the days when we used to watch those propaganda war movies made by Americans that made us believe that the American soldier, just one in office, is ready to take over the whole Sambisa forest. So probably they try to train soldiers like that will go in and with 2 hours to hold 5 machine guns and clear up the whole of Sambisa forest.
But just like I said, it's a good initiative if it is being pursued to its logical end. Let it be that it is not going to be suffocated at a point in time. It should be sustained. There should be succession program in such a way that so long if this set is becoming older or they're becoming too aged for these responsibilities, there is a way another set should be bring in, and how this units will be sustained. And let it be that it's not only for some elites, it's not only for some special people. They should be ready to go and rescue every Nigerian who needs their attention, not only when the person is a chief executive officer or maybe top government functionary or a very important person in the society.
Okay, that's it. We just hope that this special lead squad will bring an end to the insecurity, insurgency, and the rest of it happening in the country. So that takes us to another.
Maybe let's. What of this Natasha's story? Don't you think it's quite of?
I think we have that story in other papers. So
okay.
Maybe we should move to the other papers so that we don't dwell too much on just one.
It's all right. Let's take a look at Vanguard. Vanguard has the story of 12 inmate escape in Kogi jailbreak. There's this report of jailbreak in Karton Karfe in Kogi State, where this report has it that 12 inmates have escaped. International Financial Center, Lagos Government, LIFC signs Memorandum of Understanding with City of UK. There's this story again on local government autonomy. Labour warns government on implementation. Now, let's go to, there's another story here. 2027, finding alternative political party, our main huddle, that is anti-Tinubu coalition. That is Tinubu flags of second Niger Bridge access road. Soyinka removes call to assess Tinubu's government. Assess Tinubu's government. I don't know, assess it based on what? Be ruthless, Shell orders Osimhen and Lukman. That is talking about their encounter today with the Warriors of Zimbabwe. Now let's go to the major story that's on the cover page of Vanguard. Democracy not working in Nigeria. Obasanjo, that's a statement attributed to Obasanjo, Peter Obi, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, and Bishop Kuka. They said democracy has failed in Nigeria because it is not African. I don't know what he meant by that. Is it because what is the meaning of that? Do you agree with former President Obasanjo when he said democracy killed? Was it killed in Nigeria because it is not African?
Yes, the democracy is not working in Africa because people like them that were in position of power to ensure that it works did everything possible to ensure that it did not work. So it is right to say that democracy is not working in Nigeria because if you look at every player, everyone speaking here, probably maybe apart from Matthew Kuka, who was the
Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese.
Who is not a politician. Every other person speaking here is a politician, one way or the other, has been involved in democracy, in governance in one way or the other. and they've contributed their own quota, either positively, negatively, to ensure that the democracy works or not. Now, if you look at the President Olusegun Obasanjo, he was president of Nigeria for 8 years, 8 good years, and we know even he wanted to extend his tenure for a third term, which failed. And also, if you look at the fact that yes, democracy will not work because those who were supposed to ensure that we have very good elections gave us some of the worst elections in the history of the country, so democracy will not work. Democracy will not work simply because in those days, during his time, while he had the opportunity to resolve, to ensure that democracy work, when things happen, you end up, they will say it's a family affair and it will be resolved within. Democracy will not work because just like the president is doing now, he declared a state of emergency and suspended the democratic elected government, as a matter of fact, too. So democracy has failed in Nigeria because the African leaders have failed, and it is not because it is not an African thing. That is why democracy has failed. We also ask ourselves the issue of electricity, good roads, and the rest of them. Are they not African? Are we saying that Africans don't deserve these things? Well, it is. I'm happy that we are hearing it from the mouth of those who are supposed to make democracy work, and it not work. The present people here now today, that is what makes me angry. In a few years' time, they will also come and begin to pontificate about how democracy will not work. But they will forget that they had every opportunity to make this work. And if they have built, a good foundation, especially in the area of elections, the free and fair elections, I think if between 2003 2007 we've been able to build strong institutions when it comes to election, I think by now we'll have gone over the issue of rigging, INEC, this and that, and the rest of it. So that he has spoken well, but I think the joke is on them or the politicians.
Yeah, and I think he should have mentioned how other African countries have thriving democratic governments and system. South Africa is a typical example of an African nation that has a thriving democracy. And there are success stories here and there where the democratic process and system is been recording good results. And another thing I consider that the former president should have mentioned is corruption. I don't know whether corruption that is making democracy to be killed in Nigeria is African, because I couldn't have seen how he chose to ignore the fact that it is corruption predominantly and other of social ills that is making democracy not to function optimally in Nigeria and in other African countries. So I think he should look at it from that perspective too and explain to us whether corruption is African thing.
Do you know why I laughed? I am reading here on his part. We also noted that democracy practice in the country is not working as it should, recalling his experience where he had to fight for his mandate after being impeached as governor of Anambra State. Obi maintained that he did not resort to bribery. He said democracy is not working in Nigeria. Everything has been knocked down. I didn't pay a dime to retrieve my mandate. And when I was impeached, Obasanjo called to ask about my welfare. Nigeria should imbibe the Indonesian democracy and proportional representation. And we also want to help our Peter Obi to help him to build more on what he was saying. Probably maybe due to his now relationship with President Obasanjo, he didn't want to remind him that, sir, you were one of those that your boys came and they took over, they stole my mandate, and they ensured that even the governor that was there, you withdraw under your government. The police was withdrawn from the governor of the state, and you were actively a participant in the rigging of the election that stole his mandate, and he did nothing to ensure that he got back the mandate. And also, furthermore, he wouldn't have gotten back his mandate if the parties involved, that is the Uba family and Bige, has not fallen out. So at the end of the day, it was the more or less like the what I call it, the falling out of partners that led to the reverse, revealing everything that happened during the elections. And so if Peter Obi today should be grateful to the fact that the rules of people like Chief Olusegun Obasanjo when he was president did not work. That is why he later, against the will of the powers that be, became the governor of Anambra State. So these are the things we have to be very, very, because I don't want a situation whereby today you have even the president today, who is the president that called for state of emergency. Don't be surprised in a few years' time when it's no longer there. And just like he did some years back, he criticized, God forbid, another state of emergency, or the same actions he took today and he supported. So that is why when I hear these politicians talking, I view them first as politicians before I view them as statesmen, because they still make political statements on issues that they are supposed to be statesmen about. I prefer when you want to make statements like this, if you are truly worried about the country, you apologize for the roles you played, because you contributed to this food that we are eating today. You apologize for the role. The likes of Tambuwa, Atiku Abubakar, they all contributed one way or the other to where we are today. So they should first of all apologize for the roles they play. Now also let Nigerians know these are the roles I didn't play that make this to be like this. So in that way we know that yes, they have this genuine intention about the nation.
Maybe this is just another political move that is targeting something in 2027. Let's wait and see. But there's this statement that sounds promising here, is attributed to Bishop Kukah. He said it is a work in progress. A democratic process in Nigeria is a work in progress. He said weaponization of religion, major obstacle to Nigeria's development. Do you still agree that democracy is a work in progress? We're getting somewhere. At least we're better off than how we started in 1999. In 1999, between 1999 and 2003, I think 5 different Senate presidents were elected at peace. It was more of democracy.
One day, one Senate president.
Yes, and what was happening then was more. I used to look at this thing as a siren. When you see a siren blown, a convoy of vehicles and other things like that being blown, then you begin to see that maybe a public office holder is being driven around. So I think, what do you think? What is the position, your position on the issue of weaponization of religious identity?
Well, before we go to that, let's go on a short break. When we come back, the discussion on the morning papers continue.
Taraba State Prayer Forum invites pastors, bishops, evangelists, public servants, professionals to a 3-day prayer breakfast meeting with public speaking workshop and social media security. Theme: Equipping ministers and professionals for greater impact. Date: 31st March to 2nd April 2025, 10 a.m. daily. Venue: Grand Shield Hotel near CRCN number 1 Dorua, Jalingo. For more information, you can call us on 080-6322-4071 or 080-6653-4890. Announcer: Pastor Samuel Omajali, the State Overseer, Deeper Life Bible Church, Taraba State, and Coordinator, Taraba State Ministers Prayer Forum.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety, and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy, and Nigeria's transportation future.
Harry Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola, and right now as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company, so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that by April, before the end of April, we will start the Abuja route. We are already looking out for a terminal. And so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center and 1 in front. But if it is through our shuttle services, it's only 5.
We ensure we take off on time and also arrive on time, most especially for our airport passengers that would love to catch up with the flights to their various destinations. And also we provide comfort and relaxation. All our vehicles are fully air-conditioned vehicles.
Taraba State Prayer Forum invites pastors, bishops, evangelists, public servants, professionals to a 3-day prayer breakfast meeting with public speaking workshop and social media security. Theme: Equipping ministers and professionals for greater impact. Date: 31st March to 2nd April 2025, 10 a.m. daily. Venue: Grand Shield Hotel near CRCN number 1 Dorua, Jalingo. For more information, you can call us on 080-6322-4071 or 080-6653-4890. Announcer Pastor Samuel Omajali, the State Overseer, Deeper Life Bible Church, Taraba State, and Coordinator, Taraba State Ministers Prayer Forum.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Som TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Som TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Sun TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient, and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
And I do welcome on to the Pidgin section of our newspaper headline review. As this now section where we dey knack una tori on things where they happen for inside the country. Even the self obodo Igbo matter we dey carry the knack una with the things where they happen for inside our community and our society. My name is Esther Oka Stephen, and with me this morning now my correct guest, my personal person will be aka Capacity Mama, Auntie Fete Apollos. Auntie, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Okay, oh, my country people. As story take the carry us wakana for inside the Osun State. Now we carry come nakuna. So this is story from Osun State. As the Muslim rights concern will be Muriki, where they for inside the Osun State, don't come outside to accuse the university when it dey for inside the Osun State, my country people. That university, the name na Akindele University when it dey inside Osun State. The professor when he be say now, Professor Ishak Akintola come outside the talk say for inside the Akindele University when it dey for inside Osun State. Say dem don't stop a Muslim, say they force Muslims, say me Muslim they go attend the church program. And meanwhile, this in a Ramadan season, when the be say Muslim, they observe fasting. Now that one I make Professor Ishak Akintola come outside say, I beg, say make the university people who consider them. Say though they know say this school now for Christian students. Even self he talk say, he know say the owner of this institution will be Akintola University when he be say na Chief Adedeji Adeleke get am. Don't talk am from the beginning say na Christian practices. Even Sevin talk say anybody will enroll to that university no go they observe Salah, and also he no want to make the students them they wear hijab. Una sabi hijab where they go wear take cover body. Say he no want make it be say students they wear them for that place. Now that one I come make Professor Ishak Akintola come outside come talk say he want to make the NUC will be National Universities Commission chukumat for inside this matter. So that one love will go there, so that the religious, when it be say them be Muslim, go they practice their Muslim activities, while the Christians too go they practice their own activities. Say this one a Ramadan period. Say I beg, may them allow the Muslim to concentrate and pray very well. I carry this matter come reach now because I know say this kind of institution, even self for private school, we they get issues like this in my country people. You get some schools where they go say now only so religion now they enroll for inside that school. But meanwhile, one or two other religions now go see say because they like the way and how that other religions they go about their school, they go still carry their children go enroll for inside that same school. And now I don't see am say Ishaq don't come outside, come cry out, say they know they allow them to observe Salah and they know they allow them to wear hijab for inside that university. Auntie Faith, I want to make you help me chook matter for inside this matter. I beg. What do you see concerning this matter?
Okay. Before wait, I go talk with the first thing where I go talk now. If you see Hausa people they talk for Hausa, but may I translate them to English. I don't know how it goes be. But if you see fault for rats, also see fault for fish with smell.
Okay, now the year.
So this matter now. The people, they know say that school a Christian school. They carry themselves go. You know, say in every school organization, they get rules and regulations, how they want to take their things may be.
Okay.
So maybe the rules and regulations, they want violate them. You don't violate rules and regulations. Because if you come, you go say this one now, and the school self, if person they go come like this, you go tell them say, you fit adapt to my rules.
Okay.
You get. So the person when they come out, they cry, they complain, say this and that. May you ask questions, number one. May you get clarity before you go come out, they talk some kind things. And also, may they try to resolve these things with themselves. May NUC come out to resolve the matter. If they want, may them continue, they go obey rules. If they don't want, then they go just go look. Plenty schools, the universities, they way better now. No be say na that school you want go. And if you want go that school then you go adapt and obey the rules and regulation of their schools and everything. Now we say I go for this matter, may them try to resolve issues because that this matter is complicated. We don't even know which one be which one. So may we try make them resolve amicably.
Yes, so when you see una don't hear from Auntie Faith Apollo Somat, the one where she talk way sweet me well. She say as una they blame rat, say rat they go chop fish. Make una also blame fish where they smell my country people. And she don't talk and say before you enroll your child into school, they go ask you say you fit cope with their rules and regulations for the school. If you not say yes, your pikin they not gonna enroll them in the first place. So I beg you make una check and well. As you don't come outside say me NUC touch light the matter. I believe say then go touch light them in a way when una go understand them well. Okay, oh my country, people onto society matter. Something don't come happen yesterday will be Monday for inside the Omega Power Ministry, my country. People who concerning one 11-year-old child when he be say her name be Deborah. And this is Deborah at school where she they attend na Omega Power Ministry School, OPM. Now this girl they attend. Country people, this is 11 years old Deborah. She lost her mother when she did very small, very tender. Now her mama died, yo. As the mother died, the father can't go marry second wife. As this second wife come, this second wife can't give birth to 3 children, my country people. As these 3 children they grow mysteriously. Now them say these 3 children then come by, these children them die. As these 3 children die with fear, we come there for the second wife where Papa Deborah marry come house. Fear not greet this woman sit down for the house again. This woman come pack her property, run come out for house, leaving Deborah and their papa. This 11 years old Deborah, my country people, something serious to come happen you. Elelelo, na so my native people they shout am anytime when something serious like this don't happen. No. This is Deborah, and from there, her papa, when he born this girl, begin to sleep with Deborah. As he begin to sleep with Deborah, the thing don't come there unbearable for this is small child. Now this girl cry, come outside. Yesterday will be 24th to a teacher for inside the school, my country people. I she can't tell the teacher how the thing take happen. Say even self the mother death, my surprise people. Eyewitnesses can't come outside, can't talk, say small touch light because the girl gets neighbors where she they tell. Those people who they can't touch like the matter, they can't say, be like said Deborah, papa, in way, not even pure. That one come make the teacher run, go for station. As they talk to her, so they don't carry Deborah, papa, they don't arrest them. The matter still there for inside the station. But on how the matter take they go, we go carry the conclusion, can't take nakuna for inside the social media. This matter there for inside social media, we go nakuna on every platform. We there for Facebook, we there for YouTube. Even say for this morning show, now we go conclude this matter. But meanwhile, I want me Auntie Faith to chook mouth for inside this matter. Pikin, when he be say person the born, Auntie Faith still carry himself they sleep with that child. The way pure at all.
The way no pure at all. You go here say English people go say in every rumor there's atom of truth.
Oh.
So this thing where this man go do, normal one be no fit do that kind thing. You go, why we go talk bomb pikin? Cause they sleep with your pikin, no be witchcraft. No be witchcraft. Now witchcraft be that. And you know say people don't they see how in they do in things. In wife can't die, in 3 children can't die. You know say some things go they run through people's head and all of that. I beg, thank God say in the police custody. And they go try to resolve the matter. But if not true, waiting this man do, you know, go scot-free. No, because the law, he go face the law.
Yes.
The problem with that. So Deborah now, the way thing they go do for Deborah, I made them carry her go hospital because she go face trauma up and down. Because you know easy for picky way me and Papa they sleep with her. You go get this kind thing for head where even if he grow up, you know they relate with men and all of that. So make government try look the matter, the girl matter, make them carry her go treatment. We go erase all those things for our head because you know I wish I go talk code for this matter with that.
Oh, my country people who don't see how the matter take they go. After Deborah mama died, the papa go marry another wife. Where that one come give birth to 3 children. And after that 3 children come die, that woman run away. The papa come begin they sleep with the own child when he be say he born. My country people, the way he not pure at all. He go tell me say na frustration I be women don't finish for inside the country, my country people. True, that man way no pure. And I thank God to say this girl get witnesses. She get the people where she don't carry this matter full ground for them before she go tell her teacher. And just as Auntie Faith Apollos to take a talk now. Say this man must face the consequences. I beg. I believe he say go squat free. Okay, oh, my country people, for those of you now who just they join us, this is now the Pidgin section of our newspaper headline review. And now for here, we go draw the curtain on the Pidgin section. I thank you for watching. Una do.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy and Nigeria's transportation future.
RU Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola, and right now as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that by April, before the end of April, we will start the Abuja route. We are already looking out for a terminal. And so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center, and 1 in front. But if it is through our shuttle services, it's only 5.
We ensure we take off on time and also arrive on time, most especially for our airport passengers that would love to catch up with a flight to their various destinations. And also we provide comfort and relaxation. All our vehicles are fully air-conditioned vehicles.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy, and Nigeria's transportation future.
RU Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola, and right now as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company, so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that by April, before the end of April, we will start the Abuja route. We are already looking out for a terminal. And so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center, and 1 in front. But if it is through our shuttle services, it's only 5.
We ensure we take off on time and also arrive on time, most especially for our airport passengers that would love to catch up with a flight to their various destinations. And also we provide comfort and relaxation. All our vehicles are fully air-conditioned vehicles.
Yes, welcome back to the morning show on Psalm TV. And in this segment, it's going to be a segment where we'll discuss issues that have to do with Taraba State. And most importantly, this is a segment where you can contribute to the discussions so far. We've had different stories from the newspapers, front pages of the newspaper, from the Pidgin section. So this segment, this is the time where you can call in. And our numbers shortly will be displayed on the in the front page of Taraba News this morning. On the Taraba News this morning, we have a story here that says Governor Agbu Kefas reaffirms support for Taraba judiciary. That story is on the Taraba newspaper. Also, another story in Taraba News, we have Taraba Advisors Forum pledge support to Governor Kefas. Taraba Advisors Forum pledge support to Governor Kefas. Another story on Taraba News, the headlines, European Union Ambassador visits Taraba State. That is also on Taraba News this morning. European Union Ambassador visits Taraba State. Another story has to do with the 6th Brigade. Nigeria Army commence annual range classification, military range, Jalingo. So the 6th Brigade Nigeria Army will commence annual range classification at the military range in Jalingo. Another story here says Taraba State House of Assembly approved 350 billion bond for development projects. So the State House of Assembly has approved a 50 billion bond for development projects. Another story here says court supports demand fairness in ex-power minister Saleh Maman's corruption trial. So I think we're beginning to have the calls coming. Let us pick. This is the first call of the day. Let us grant him the honor. Yeah. Yes. Good morning. Yeah. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. So what do you have for us this morning? Hello?
We've lost him.
Okay, we lost him there. Okay, you can call in, and the number to call is displayed on the screen of on the screen there. You can call in. Let me see. The number to call is 070-4919-8503. I repeat, 070-4919-8503. That is the number to call to be part of this conversation. Okay, there's another call in now. Good morning. Welcome to Sun TV Morning Show. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Hello, please, can you speak up? Okay, so what do you have for us this morning? I think the network, we have another caller. Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, we are not even hearing your voice from television channel.
Okay, I think it could be the network over there because we can, viewers are calling and they can hear us live there. So maybe check your settings there. Thank you. Do you have anything to say? Okay, I think we just have to go to the stories on the Taraba News. We have another story that says Governor Agbu Kefas calls for sustained executive legislative collaboration in Taraba. Governor Agbu Kefas calls for sustained executive legislative collaboration in Taraba. Another story here says Governor Agbu Kefas reaffirms support for Taraba judiciary. All these will be found in the today's edition, 25th of March, edition of Taraba newspaper. So, also on education, free education, Dr. Augustina pays a walking visit to Wukari. Dr. Augustina pays a walking visit to Wukari. We also have excitements. VVF patients get free surgical repairs in Taraba. That's a good one, that the VVF patients get free surgical repairs in Taraba. There's also a press statement from the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, Taraba State University there. So, Mr. Era,
Yes,
which
sir.
of the stories there is of interest to you?
Okay, let's take a look at Governor Abu Kefa's call for sustained executive-legislative collaboration in Taraba State. Yes. The story has it that Governor Abu Kefa has reiterated his commitment to fostering a strong and cooperative relationship between the executive and legislative arm of the government. He said this was emphasized during his follow-up visit to the Taraba State House of Assembly, where he expressed gratitude to lawmakers for their active participation in the recently conducted workshop for government officials. This goes a long way to say how there is a good synergy between the three arms of government in Taraba State. I think after this, I overheard you mentioning how he reaffirmed his commitment to supporting the judiciary, which is another arm of the government. So this is indicative of the fact that the governor is willing to move Taraba State further to where it is now, because if there is a good working relationship between the legislative arm of the government and the executive and the judiciary, there is the tendency that there is no option than the manifestation of progress and giant strides. There is this headline again that you mentioned of how the House of Assembly has approved I suppose. It is because of the good working relationship between the executive arm and the legislative arm. So this is a good development, and kudos to the Taraba State House of Assembly, and kudos to Governor Kefas and his team at the executive arm.
Okay, and I think again, if there's a saying that says if your neighbor's house is on fire, you should know that you have to fetch water around yours, because you can see it is the sour relationship between the legislative and the executive in Rivers State that led to the state of emergency. So I think the governor is being proactive to ensure that
he's having a very, very cordial relationship with the members of the House of Assembly. There are instances where you will see him going to functions at the Taraba State House of Assembly, and you will see how they relate. You will see the speaker, they communicate, the constant way they communicate like that, and you understand that these people are actually good friends.
And you can also see that there is no major visitation that the governor does when it has to do with maybe business or collaboration of Taraba State with any industry. It goes with the Speaker of the House of Assembly. Yes. So there shows that there's collaboration. There will be no loopholes for a state of emergency to be declared. There can be breakdown.
There is no crack in the wall, so any lizard will not be able to enter.
Okay. They say wisdom is profitable to the wise.
Yes.
So we have this story here, free education. Dr. Augustina pays a walking visit to Wokari. Dr. Augustina, the Commissioner of Basic and Secondary Education, stormed to Wokari local government area for face-to-face interactions with teachers, students, and education stakeholders in the local government area. The Honorable Commissioner was warmly received by Education Secretary Mr. Adugu Bakuluka and the NUT Chairman Mr. Baku Bawa Adi of Wokari local government area, respectively. The Commissioner headed to the Palace of the Akuka, the Supreme Ruler of the Jukun Race and Chairman Taraba State Council of Chiefs. His Majesty Manu Ishaku Adali to pay homage, received his rare blessings. The monarch thanked the commissioner for the walking visit and urged the government of Dr. Abu Kefas to prioritize setting more science schools in the state, considering the pressing need. I lauded the efforts of the Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas for massively improving the education sector and the state at large. And the same vein, the commissioner visited several schools, among which were GDSS Mamara, MGGSS, GTTS Wokari, Ebenezer Primary School, Yakasen Government Day Secondary School, and GSS Wokari. Dr. Godwin, on behalf of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, also visited the Chairman House Committee on Education, Honorable Josiah Angie, and PA Politica to His Excellency about the loss of their loved one. She further visited the mother of His Excellency to seek for her blessings and prayers. The Commissioner also stopped by at the local education authority Wokari for interactions with teachers and to also encourage them to contribute the good works they are doing, adding that teachers are second parents and they must do everything possible to ensure that they inculcate good morals and sound discipline in them. I think this is a good one by the Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education. You know, these one-on-one interactions with stakeholders, with the teachers, with the NU2 chairman, education secretary, with the Akuka of Ukari. I think it creates this synergy between the ministry and because basic and secondary education is at the grassroots level. And once you don't get the support from the grassroots, once you're not connected with those that will be there, and you will not be able to even come up with policies, because it is people like this that will tell you this is exactly what we need, this area is where we are lacking. So your policies will be geared towards solving those issues based on the peculiarities of those communities. And I think it's a good one from I can say she's a very hard-working commissioner.
Yes, she has the reputation of leaving no stone unturned. And I must commend her public relations officer, Jonathan Jolie, because you will discover that she's always on the news, and the public relations officer is the one giving out the information. So this situation where they want to keep the communities in Taraba State abreast of the efforts of the commissioner is a good one, because it gives the information to the public of what she's doing and what the government is doing concerning basic and secondary education. There's something she did in this walking visit that caught my attention, and the fact that she stopped by at the local government education authority to have interaction with teachers and also encourage them to continue good works. You know, that is a morale booster.
Yes.
You know, some of, I don't know, but you will discover that not every commissioner of education who always does this, stopping over to interact with teachers, and there's a way their morale will be boosted, and there's a way they will be encouraged in doing whatever it is they are doing towards the implementation of the free education policy of this administration. She's actually doing well. Kudos to Commissioner Dr. Augustina Godwin, and kudos to her PRO for keeping us abreast.
Yes. I think that is the job. The thing is that if you don't have what to do, then definitely you don't have what to give to the media. Yeah. So it's because she's always doing one thing or the other. That is why the media always have one story or the other about her. So, and I think it's a good one. You need, because if you look at the Taraba State government, they are focused on education. So you need someone who can meet the energy needed to ensure that, yes, at least at the basic level and at the secondary school level, there's improvement in Taraba State. And I'm very sure with the next results that will be coming out from NECO, from Common Entrance, from WAEC, from the SSC, from JAM, there will be an improvement. First of all, there'll be more people that will be involved in it, and there will also be an improvement in the results that we'll be getting. So, and whatever little thing we do for education today is as if we are investing in the future. Yes. So, kudos to everyone involved at the Ministry of the Governor, the Commissioner, the Ministry of Education, and most importantly, every teacher, everyone in the education sector, yes, down to the security man, to the cleaners, to the office assistants, they are all very important in this venture to ensure that Taraba gets the best in education. So now let's go to this, another story here, which says Taraba State House of Assembly approved 350 billion bond for development projects. The Taraba State House of Assembly has approved a proposal allowing the state executive to access a 350 billion bond from United Capital and Investment House. The approval followed a communication from Governor Dr. Agbu Kefas, which was presented to the House by Speaker John Kizito. The bond will be used to fund key developmental projects outlined in the state's 2025 budget, including sectors such as health, biotechnology, waste management, energy, tourism, mining, and infrastructure, particularly road construction. The funds will be disbursed in tranches of 20 billion naira over a period of 5 to 7 years. 7 members of the House, including Magdio Karimwan and Tanko Abubakar Yusuf Takumwan, expressed support for the bond, emphasizing its importance for the state development. Abel Peter Daya, representing Bamga constituency, suggested an amendment to include the electrification of Central Taraba to the national grid, which was also approved by the House. In another development, the House also passed the first reading of a bill to establish the Taraba State Housing Corporation. The bill aimed to provide affordable housing to the public and improve access to housing facilities across the state. The bill has been referred to the Rules and Business Committee for further legislative action. The Speaker directed his clerk of the House, Salmuna Amos Sani, to notify the governor of the decision. So you can see that they have approved the bond, the 350 billion bond for development projects, and the focus will be on the healthcare, technology, education. Someone, the good member of Abel, they used the opportunity to also include the fact that Central Taraba should be
on the national grid.
Be on the national grid, and I think that is what you should do when you're a member of the House. When the opportunity comes, you ensure that your community or your constituency does not lose out, is plugged into it.
This move is a good one, considering that the money that is expected to come in is already being budgeted for worthy ventures. They say who has no plan is planning to fail. So I think when this money comes, it is going to fall into place according to this map that has already been designed of how the money will be channeled. So let's look forward to a better Taraba State as these bonds will be converted to funds that will power all these developmental efforts. You know, they said the fund will be predominantly used for road constructions. We have so many bad roads in Taraba State, and if we're able to fix the road from Mararaba to Baisa, the roads from all the roads in Taraba.
Jalingo to Ukari.
Jalingo to Ukari. Well, at least it's far better than if you've traveled from Mararaba to Baisa before you discover it is almost like there is no roads in that place.
Okay, what about Karim Lamido?
And that, yes, from
there is no road.
From Lao to Karim Lamido, there is actually...
Even from Jalingo to Lao, there are some parts of the road that during rain season, it cuts up and you just go through the bush.
Go through the bush. You will see how people...
And then, so you go through people's farm and they block the road to ensure that you don't drive over their crops. And I think to be fair to them, you wouldn't expect to plant something and people will drive over it. Then again, I think most importantly, these funds, when they come in, there should be accountability. There should be a mechanism in place whereby we can track that actually this money is being used for what it's meant for. Because, and also the House, this is where the House of Assembly and the Executive, sometimes we don't have to be too chummy, because there's a need for the House to do oversight functions to ensure that these funds that they've approved, because for these funds to be assessed, they need the approval. So they must also ensure that the projects that will be done with this money is the project that was approved for it, and the money is spent judiciously and there's accountability. Because if there is no accountability for the money spent, then we are as good as just running ourselves into debt that the future generations we have to pay. So while we love this good move, there's also a need. The problem we have in Nigeria, and Taraba is not an exception, it's not a problem of having funds or having good policies. It is how we execute these policies in such a way that we get value for money.
Yes, I agree with you completely.
So that takes us to another story here. The 6th Brigade, once again, this is another institution that is always in the news. Always in the news. 6th Brigade Nigerian Army commenced annual range classification at the military range Jalingo. So as part of the military yearly routine, the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Jalingo will commence its year 2025 annual range classification on Tuesday 25th to Thursday 26th March 2025 at the military range in Jimlari. The shooting exercise will be undertaken by unit personnel to enhance their weapon handling and maintenance ability, amongst others. During the exercise, there will be massive movement of troops and equipment, including firing of live ammunition at the military range, Consequently, members of the public are advised not to panic as adequate measures are already in place to ensure safety of lives and properties. They are further informed to stay away from the 114 Battalion Rare Gemlari shooting range area throughout the period of exercise. Also, in view of this, you are please requested to kindly disseminate this information to the general public, which is what we are doing here using your medium. It will be highly appreciated if the information can be translated in various languages. So please accept the assurance and esteemed regards of the Brigade Commander, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidebere Uwa. This is from Olubodunde Oni, Captain, Acting Deputy Director, Army Public Relations. That is Captain Oni, the active Captain Oni is also one of those media people that ensures that we are always abreast of news information from the Army. And I think kudos to him and kudos to the General himself. So we are calling on the public to know that the Army is going to be having their annual range classification at the military range in Jimlari. So please stay off that area. And if you hear some sounds of guns there, know that no, it is the Nigerian Army practicing, so that when they can be sharp enough to face the insurgents. So please stay away from the rear of the Jimlari shooting range areas throughout the period of the exercise. And the exercise will be taking place today, 25th of March, and tomorrow, 26th of March, 2025. So please tell the people around, give them the information and let them know that the Army will be practicing at the Jimlari shooting range. I think this is a good one, and this is the way to enlighten the public about things like this.
Just like I mentioned, the Jonathan Julie of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Captain Olubodunde Oni is actually a very good Director of Information. Is it the assistant? He's the acting Deputy Director of Information. He's actually doing well. The way the society is being kept abreast of the activities of the 6th Brigade is actually encouraging. That is a good move. It shows that they are not relegating that aspect of the society that needs to know what the military is doing concerning them. This military drill is a welcome development. They said practice makes perfect. So if they are going to do it's a kind of an exercise where they get to know more on how to handle weapons and their service and other things like that. Because of the level of the work they do every day, it is possible for those equipment to get hooked or spoiled somehow. So if they are training their operatives on how they can handle it and fix it like that, then it's a good thing. They should be encouraged.
Okay, are you there out there? That's information from the 6th Brigade of the Nigerian Army. And just like I say, this is an interactive program that you can call. The number is there on your screen, 070-4919-8503. We're expecting your calls. Right here, we're expecting your calls, and we're sure that we'll pick the calls and we have a discussion with you. 070-4919-8503. That is the number to call. So let us move. While we wait for your call, let us move to another story on Taraba News. The European Union Ambassador visits Taraba State. European Union Ambassador visits Taraba State. The Governor of Taraba State, Dr. Agbu Kefas, has announced that the state will host an International Investor Summit in May 2025, aimed at attracting investors and development partners. The governor made this announcement on Monday, 24th March 2025, during a courtesy visit from the European Union Ambassador to Nigeria and West Africa, the ESCO Chamber, T.Y. Danjuma House in Jalingo. During the meeting, Dr. Kefas explained that significant efforts have been made to make the state more appealing to investors. He emphasized that the Investor Summit will provide an opportunity to showcase Taraba State's potential to a global audience. He reiterated his administration's commitment to partnering with investors from European countries and beyond to harness the state's natural resources for international markets. According to Governor Kefas, there's an ongoing plans to open the Gumti National Park, which will spur economic activities in the state. The governor welcomed the ambassador visit as a sign of the EU's presence in Nigeria and Taraba. urging development partners to visit and assess various intervention projects in the region. We also highlighted the collaboration with ANI to further develop Gashaka Gumti National Park for investors. We affirm that Taraba State is prepared to engage with foreign investors to facilitate knowledge and technology transfer. While in his comment, the EU ambassador to Nigeria and West Africa, Mr. Gautier Mignot, expressed his pleasure at visiting Taraba, noting that it was his first official engagement in the state. He acknowledged the enduring relationship between the EU and the Taraba State government, citing collaboration sustainable development projects. I think while we're on this, we have a call that is coming in from one of our guests. So we'll pick this call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Sun TV Morning Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh.
We lost him again.
We lost that caller there. I think the networks are not being fair to us this morning.
The network has refused to be friendly.
It has refused to be friendly this morning. So, yes, just the visit of the EU ambassador is quite a good one for Taraba State. I think it opens, it exposes Taraba State to the world.
Yeah, just like the governor mentioned, it is a sign that there is a presence of the European government in Nigeria and in Taraba State. They have always been partners in progress, and we encourage this kind of these visits as it is geared towards bringing more development to Taraba State. There is a story in that news of how economic visit, what's it called, summit, is going to be convened in a few months away from now. We're looking forward to that, looking forward to how we'll get investors that will come and invest in the diverse sectors of Taraba State. We have agricultural sectors. The Gashaka Gumti National Park that they mentioned is a resource that is still yet untapped, yes. Still yet elaborately not yet tapped. So the European Union can see how their investors can come and take advantage of the resources there and invest into it for the benefit of Taraba, for the benefit of Nigeria, and for the benefit of humankind.
Okay, yes, for the benefit of humankind. And so we say, please, our viewer there, sorry for those who have called in and the network is not working the way we want it. You can send text messages to this number, and we'll ensure that we'll read your text message. And you can still call in, and I believe the network has gotten better. You can call in. You can send your message to 070-4919-8503. And we will read your messages if you send a message in, and pick your call if the call comes in. So I will go to another story here. We say Taraba Advisors Forum pledges support to Governor Kefas. The Forum of Advisors to Governor Agbu Kefas of Taraba State has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting the actualization of the governor's moving forward agenda anchored on the five-finger strategy. This is contained in a statement issued in Jalingo by the Public Relations Officer of the Forum, Honorable Justin Chiopusu, who serves as Special Advisor to the Governor on Digital Economy. According to the statement, the Chairman of the Forum and former Commissioner for Agriculture, Honorable David Ishaya, assured that the advisors will leverage their expertise to assist the Governor in delivering the mandate. As advisors to the governors in various fields, we are fully committed to supporting him in achieving his vision for Taraba State. Ishaya stated, our loyalty is unwavering and we will do everything within our capacity to ensure his administration succeeds. We are also ready to collaborate with commissioners and other key government officials to effectively communicate and implement government policies and programs. The Forum also expressed gratitude to Governor Kefas for entrusting them with the responsibility of serving his administration, saying we appreciate the excellency for finding us worthy to contribute to his government. And so that's just some of the things that you find in the stories there. Taraba Advisors Forum pledged support for Governor Kefas. And just on a lighter note, I think Taraba's Governor Kefas should be the most advised governor in the history of Taraba State or in Nigeria. I don't think there's any other governor with so much advisors like Governor Kefas. So I think this advisors forum, I think it's good they are coming together to form a forum so that they can streamline their advice. You know, sometimes when the advices are too much, it might be conflicting. So them having a forum to streamline their advice and the activities as advisors, I think, well, I don't know, but I think it's a good one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good one. Whenever you are being appointed like that, it's a call to service. It's a call that you should come and contribute your quota to the development of Taraba State. And it should not be taken lightly. I believe they know that to whom much is given, much is expected. Yeah. They are proving that they are ready to do something worthwhile. Our prayers are with them. We look forward to Taraba State becoming better than it is now as a result of their effort and commitment. They are forming a union. Is becoming, well, let's see how this will become beneficial to the people of Taraba State. The watchword there is that they should know that to whom much is given, much is expected. Let it not be like what we have seen in the past where it is just an appointment and they don't actually do anything. We look forward to them creating offices, whatever responsibility you have been assigned to, let there be some efficiency in your activities, not just staying like that without doing anything.
Okay, not just being honorable this, honorable that. But I'm not sure. Have they been assigned offices and ministries they'll be under and the rest of it?
Yes, I don't know whether there's going to be a physical office for them to go and sit and begin to perform their duties. But
no,
for the fact that
at least they should be operating through some ministries, or I don't know. Is that how it works?
Well, some of them are just answerable to the governor direct through the SGS or through another special advisor that is senior or through. I think they are all answerable to the governor. But let there be some efficiency in what they do. They should be able to be innovative. At times you don't wait for the governor to give you instruction on what to do. There are instances where you will be innovative, try to see how you can contribute your own quota to the development of Taraba State, considering the the portfolio you are giving. Because most of them were given portfolios where they have requisite proficiency and knowledge. So we need to see those qualifications, those abilities in practice, not just in name.
Okay, and we've seen some of these advisors on their own, they've been able to do things, and even some of them on social media and other platforms that we meet, they've been able to explain some things, give clearer pictures of that. Because but most times when I need information on some activities I have to do with agriculture or the rest in Taraba State, I reach out to the special advisor on agriculture and food security, Honorable Zanami Kaswa, and at the end of the day, I'm always enriched with whatever he gives to me. So I know anyone who has him as an advisor is sure to get the best of advice. And also there's a lot of them, the senior special assistant to the governor on the youth affairs. You can see that even recently they were here, Imad George, and he has a program ongoing now about the youth and the rest of it.
I saw the advert for that initiative, and I think that is what political appointees should do. He has said, what do you call it? He has said the ground rolling.
The ball rolling.
The ball rolling. Yes. So let's see how it goes, because that initiative is actually a very nice initiative that at the end of the day will benefit the youths of Taraba State. Honorable Zanao that you mentioned, I have seen him making some projections before, considering the price of food, and I see whatever it is that he has said falling into place just like he has predicted. That shows that he has some knowledge.
Yes. He predicted this. He said this some months ago that the prices of food will come down, that don't go into storage. He gave that advice.
I remember I saw that in one platform, and it is just falling just like he predicted. So maybe it's based on statistical analysis or based on shared experience like that. But whatever it is that he had done is actually falling into place.
So that shows that the governor is having very good, good team in that area. So and I think it's a call to all the advisors and the special assistants, community advisors, and board members that this is an opportunity for you to serve Taraba State. So you don't even have to wait for government. In your own capacity, you just have to set the ball rolling. Almost every one of them, almost all of them, are in one community, a platform or the other. You can start from there. You don't really, and with the media, we're always here to ensure that if you have something good to give to Taraba State, we are here to ensure that we project it, because we are here for the good of Nigeria, for the good of Taraba, and for the good of humanity as a whole. So you have to add value. You have to be someone that adds value, so that the name honorable will be truly honorable, be honorable in as it is. Yeah. So that is just it. I think we have come to the end of today's morning show. We've had a very, very interesting one to say. Just that the network has refused to be friendly. Yes. And our callers today were not able to voice their opinions. Their opinions. Well, the opportunity is always there, because we are always there. And we have other programs that will be coming in on other programs where you can call in. It's a community we have here on Some TV, and we ensure that, yes, you are part of it. So we will now go. We have come to the end of today's program. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has participated in today's show. And today's show, I want to say thank you to you for your participation. And we also ensure that every other program that comes in, I think I want to see if we have a call here from one of our. I want to see if there's a call from one of our. Okay, so I think we will. And I just want to let you know that today, on today's politics, we are going to be having a very, very good discussion today, resolving PDP internal crisis. And we are going to be having as our guest, Honorable Dr. David Charima, who will be here as a guest on today's politics. And just like you know, we are going to be having the Nigerian Super Eagles is going to be playing its match against Zimbabwe by 5 o'clock today. So we are going to blend that football match into today's politics. So it's going to be both politics and football, a mixture of politics and football. So get ready. Your evening is going to be quite interesting, because we ensure that we give you the best here. So today, join us on today's politics with Dr. Charima. Dr. Charima. So that is how you should expect that. So to everyone in the studio, we say thank you for what you've done. We say thank you for everything you've done. The studio manager and the presence of Mr. Moses. For the good job. And also the tech lead, Mr. John Oyewole, who ensure that everything is put in order for us to have this wonderful presentation here today. Yes. And also we have the master control operator, Silas God-Gift Walu, who ensure that everything moves seamlessly. And also the ladies, Fatima Maike Capacity, and also Esther Stephen Oka, for the morning show, the Pidgin section. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day.
To a 3-day prayer breakfast meeting with public speaking workshop and social media security. Theme: equipping ministers and professionals for greater impact. Date: 31st March to 2nd April 2025, 10 a.m.